Howdy my dudes, my guys, my girls, my peoples, my meatbags. It is noon, it's actually 12:01 on Monday, May 18th, and I'm just getting out of bed. Well, I say I'm just getting out of bed. I do, like, every morning I get up, every morning when I get up, or when I get out of bed, because it's not always morning, I make my bed, because why not? And then I have procured myself some form of breakfast / lunch in the form of a Rice Krispie treat and a red Solo cup full of sweet tea, because doing it the Southern way. And I think I'm going to try to see if the Atlantis Code has an audiobook through Kindle Unlimited, and I might listen to that while I do anything else. I have a couple projects I want to get done today. I want to finish off this. If you're a personal friend of mine, you saw me post it on Facebook, but I've only got like a quarter of a skein left, or skein or whatever, for this blanket, so I'm gonna finish that off. And then I have like 2 other projects I want to get done crochet wise. I probably won't today, but that's my focus for the day. And then of course I gotta fix my Pathfinder character, because at 8 o'clock we playing, and I think we're gonna go fight a bunch of werewolves, or we're gonna go stop a guy from fighting a bunch of werewolves. I'm not 100% sure, so that's all I've got for right now. I'm gonna get everything fired up and get started with my day, I suppose. If anything interesting happens, I'll come back, but if not, I'll probably just see you guys tomorrow. Bye. My hair's getting too long. I think so normally when my hair gets like 2 inches shorter than this, I'm like cut it all off, but I've been in quarantine and then I just never got around to it, so. Anyways, it is still Monday, May 18th. It's about an hour. Yeah, it's like 7 o'clock, so we have about an hour until we play Pathfinder, so now I have to actually sit down and fix my Pathfinder character because I haven't done that yet. I finished the blanket that I was doing earlier, and I've gotten about 120 pages into the Atlantis gene. I called it Code in the last clip, but it's the Atlantis gene. It's interesting. It is definitely making up for the fact that both Darklight and Shadow Magic were kind of slow burn books, because within the 120 pages there's always something happening. It may not always be action, like it's not always go run gun shoot, but there is always something happening, and the author is doing a really good job of laying the groundwork of a conspiracy that's very interesting. The plot's very interesting thus far, but my only complaint, and I don't know how to fix this because I'm not a good writer, so I can't really give any tips. My only complaint, though, is that there's a lot of moments where a character will explain something to another character, but will do it in, like, so you'll get this huge exposition because character A needs to bring character B up to speed, and in doing so also brings the reader up to speed. So there's a couple moments like that where I kind of tuned out a little bit. I've been going back and forth between reading this in audio, like listening to the audiobook and reading it on my Kindle, or on my phone, actually. I've been reading it mostly on my phone, because if you have the Kindle app on the phone, I don't like the Kindle devices. The Kindle devices don't do this, but if you have the Kindle app on the phone and you can get the audiobook, it'll do something called Kindle narration, where it'll read the book to you. So it'll play the audiobook and then highlight the words that it's on as it goes. So it's essentially reading the book to you. And eventually what I'll do is I set my phone on the desk and I do that while I crochet or play a game or whatever. And then that way, if I want to pick back up anywhere, I can just pick it up and read for a little bit. So that's basically what I've been doing. I'm making pretty short work of this book. I'm about 20% in. I've got almost 22. I've almost got a quarter of the book done. And I'm hoping if I can, work out the attention span problem that I've been having, that I can finish it in the next couple days. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go fix my Pathfinder character, make some dinner, and get ready to, maybe fight some werewolves again. I don't actually remember what we're doing today, because I was only half paying attention to the last game. Anyways, bye guys. I'll probably see you tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna have anything interesting else to say for Monday. All right, see ya. My dad calls this talking to myself. He's like, oh, you walk by your room and you're talking to yourself. And I'm like, no, I'm recording videos for the internet, Dad. And he's like, oh, I would never do that. I would never put my face on the internet. And I'm just like, you're in your mid to late 50s. You missed the technological boom. You missed that part of technology. Also, I don't have controversial opinions. Maybe aside from the fact that Zack Snyder's overrated and I actually liked The Last Jedi, but that's it. Those are my 2 controversial opinions. I probably have more, but that's not... This isn't the channel for that. I'm having a hard time seeing out of my left eye today. It's kind of blurry. Oh well. I have a long history of vision problems. Mostly after I had to take hydroxychloroquine for... Chloroquine? I had to take the medicine that all the morons are touting helps you with COVID-19. I had to take that like 5 or 6 years ago for an inflammation problem in my eyes. So, which cleared up the inflammation problem, but definitely didn't make my vision better. Anyway, where was I before I went off on a tangent about morons? Right, it is Thursday, May 21st, and I haven't done anything. So I woke up yesterday with a headache, which means that I was going to get a migraine at some point, so I basically spent most of the day chilling out, not doing anything. I think I tried to crochet some stuff until I realized focusing on really small stitches probably wasn't the best thing for my headache, and then just kind of watched the newsroom. I've been rewatching the newsroom. I didn't read anything, so I didn't record anything yesterday. I've got a gnat somewhere in my room. Hey! Haha! I don't think I got him. Anyways, so I've had a cup of coffee, which is rare. I only drink coffee when I have trouble waking up, and I have trouble waking up when I take too much medicine to get to sleep the night before. I'm trying the Starbucks Veranda blend? I don't know, it's a blonde roast. One of my friends said that if I don't like coffee, a blonde roast is probably gonna do good for me, so that's what I'm doing. Anyways, I did wake up at like 7 o'clock this morning, and I read about I'd say another 100 or like 150 to 200 pages of the Atlantis Gene, and it's going. I thought the mass expositional dialogue dumps would stop after like the first part of the book, because at that point I feel like we've all been caught up to everything, but that's not the case because I keep running into them. Like at some point there's a doctor in the book, and her name is Kate, and she gets like semi-captured. They're like, these 2 people are playing like kidnap tag with this woman, because she gets kidnapped by the police, and then she gets like rescued, quote unquote, by these other guys, and then she gets kidnapped by these other guys, and then she gets re-kidnapped by this other guy. But in between those last 2 kidnappings, she talks to like her adopted father, who's in on this like super secret radiation thing. I don't know, but he goes on like, it's just pages of tangents, and it's not, I skimmed through a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie. It has been a very interesting book, though, aside from the parts where, like, people massively explain something, and I'm just like, well, I mean, I'm an idiot, so I appreciate it, but I also have the attention span of a goldfish, so maybe tone it down a little bit. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I'm gonna finish this book today or tomorrow. I know I still have about 70% of it left, but I need to get it done because I want to read a few more books, and it's already the 21st. So I got 10 more days to finish. My goal is to finish 3 more books. We'll see what happens. Also, I did promise my friend Corinne, my fellow ace in my Pathfinder Discord, that I was going to read the sequel novella to On the Edge by Brittany Sahan. That one's called On the Line, and apparently it involves some special ops groups trying to find a kidnapped bride. I don't know how much I'm gonna like that, but we'll see. Anyways, so I'm gonna get back to, I'm actually probably gonna record a video for the channel. There's a 50 question, like, rapid fire book tag that I thought was pretty interesting, so I'm probably gonna do that. And I'm gonna drink the rest of my coffee and probably start a new blanket or finish a blanket or something while I listen to the audiobook. The Atlantis Gene, having an audiobook through Kindle Unlimited has been a lifesaver, because then I can focus on other things, because again, it's really hard. Like, some days I can, like, this morning I sat down and I read for like 2 hours uninterrupted, but but most of the time I'll start reading and then just get distracted by 100 other things, so anyways. I also should probably start uploading these clips to my computer and editing the video, but I'm lazy. Alright, anyways, I will probably be back later tonight with another update, because I slept till like 3 in the afternoon, so I will be up forever. Yeah, I woke up at 7, and then was awake reading, and then I got up and ate some breakfast, and then my body was like, that's good, you're done, and I went back to sleep. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later, and I don't know when later is gonna be. Meh. Bye. I'm wearing my hair up because I haven't washed it yet. Anyways, it is 5:15 on Saturday, March 23rd. I never say the right date. I in an effort to not say April, I still said the wrong month. Anyways, it's May 23rd, and I am just now getting out of bed. I've been having trouble sleeping lately. I mean, I'm always having trouble sleeping lately, but it's taken a different form. Rather than my being like awake all night and then sleeping during the day, I've been going to bed between like 4 and 6, and then I'll sleep for 2 to 3 hours, and then I'll be awake. And then I think, well, that's all the sleep that my body's done, and I'll get up and I'll start doing things, and then about 2 hours later, I fall back asleep again. So that's been the strangest form my insomnia has taken lately, so we've got that going. I've gotten a good chunk of the Atlantis gene done. I know I made a bold prediction that I was gonna finish it today. I might. It really depends on how much of my mental faculties I can devote to this audiobook, because I'm having the problem where it's the exact opposite of the other books that I've been reading, which is that for other books my biggest complaint was that I'm sorry if the lighting's super weird. I don't have the patience to fix it. Anyways, all the other books I've been reading, it's been like 60 to 70% just like slow burn, and then the last 30%, like 20 to 30% of the book stuff just pops off, and it's like, oh, okay. And this one did the exact opposite, where the first like 30 to 40% of the book has been busy. It starts off, because I mean, it started off really exciting, and then there's been very brief lulls in the action, but for the most part it's been just go, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And at the we watch these characters, one character got like kidnapped and then unkidnapped and then kidnapped and then unkidnapped, and then she's been rescued, and then they did like a thing, and then they set up like a sting or like a infiltration thing, and then that guy got shot, and it just got really complicated. And then it was all this exciting, like all this stuff like ended in this crescendo, which is like the almost worthy of the climax of a book, and then the book just stops and the action just plateaus out. And right now we've been, for the last like 100 or so pages, it's been these, there's been 3 different perspectives we're following. You have the 2 characters, like our 2 protagonists, I guess. It's still a little bit hard to discern who's the good guys and who's the bad guys, aside from the fact that the bad guys are like killing a bunch of people. That's really seems to be the only difference here. I'm not honestly sure on their motivations. I'm probably an idiot. It's probably because I'm tired. If I sit and I think about it, I'm like, no, they're trying to eradicate humanity or force humanity into some new evolutionary period or something. I don't know. There's this whole like creation myth. It's very sci-fi. Anyways, so you've got our 2 main protagonists, Kate and David, who they also call Andrew. That's a story. They're right now, David's recovering from gunshot wounds, and Kate is reading a journal from a guy in like the late 30s, early 40s, like right at the like beginning, like end of World War I, beginning of World War II. Anyways, she's reading his journal. So 90 to 80% of what we're reading is this guy's journal, which is not written like a journal. It's written very differently from the rest of the book, because it's basically written as if this guy is writing his own story. And I'm like, dude, you shouldn't have been a minor. You should have been a writer, because this is an excessive amount of detail for somebody's daily diary. Just saying. Anyways, so it's like 90% that guy, and then every now and then we cut back to Kate and David as, David's recovering from the gunshot wounds and Kate's taking care of him, and they're in like some monastery out in the middle of Tibet, I believe. And then you get every now and again, you also cut away to the bad guys as they're like very slowly closing in on our antagonists, and I guess that's supposed to build some sort of suspense. But right now I'm just bored. I had to switch to the audiobook for this because my whole mental faculties could not be devoted to this book. Otherwise, I was always wandering off because I'm just like, I mean, I understand that eventually this guy is like the journal is going to end in something important. I trust that the author has a reason for it to be here, but I'm wondering if I need this much of it. I don't know if I really need to care so much about the guy writing the journal and the backstory of the guy writing the journal and all the people that he cares about, because I don't honestly think... I think in the long run what he's done is going to be important to the story, but I don't think him as a person is going to be important to the story, so I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I made the bold prediction that I was going to try to finish the Atlantis Gene today. I don't think I'll finish it today, but I can definitely get it done tomorrow, because if I just listen, and what I'm trying to do is in my brain, I'm thinking, well, all those hours I spend just mindlessly watching YouTube, I can spend mindlessly listening to this audiobook while I, like, crochet or do whatever it is that I'm doing. But I did a book tag video. I meant to get up way earlier than today, but I didn't because I just didn't. I have no excuse there. My time management skills and my motivation are both lacking, and that's probably not the best combination of things to not have while trying to start a YouTube channel. But yeah, so it's 5:20. I think I just kicked my camera. It's 5:20. I'm gonna upload all these clips to my computer, start editing those videos. At some point, my dad and I are gonna go into town and get some food because we're tired of eating all the food that's in the house. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. That's a wrap on week 3 of the Kindle experiment, which I don't know. I'm gonna have some thoughts on next week as to how well I thought this went and whether or not that's my fault or if it's the Kindle's fault. Who knows? Anyways, yeah. So the usual, like if you like it, sub if you want my next random upload, which I said would be earlier than Saturday, so maybe, fingers crossed, I can actually keep that promise next week. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.